In recent months, the relationship between North Korea and Russia has captured international attention, signaling a significant realignment of alliances in the face of escalating global tensions. The meeting between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian Minister of Natural Resources and Environment Alexander Kozlov underscores the strengthening of this partnership, with wide-ranging implications for geopolitics. This article explores the motivations, developments, and potential consequences of the rapidly warming ties between Pyongyang and Moscow. On a recent Tuesday, Kim Jong-un met with Alexander Kozlov at the Workers' Party of Korea's Central Committee headquarters in Pyongyang. According to North Korea's state media, the Korean Central News Agency, the discussions revolved around enhancing bilateral cooperation in trade, economy, science, and technology. Kim expressed appreciation for the growing solidarity between the two nations, which has reached a new level since the signing of a pivotal treaty earlier this year. The 11th meeting of the DPRK-Russia Intergovernmental Committee for Cooperation provided the backdrop for this dialogue, highlighting the increasing alignment of their national interests. The Treaty on Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, ratified by both nations, is a cornerstone of their relationship. First signed in June during Russian President Vladimir Putin's visit to Pyongyang, the treaty obligates both nations to provide military assistance to one another in the event of aggression. Russia's parliament ratified the agreement on November 6, marking a decisive shift in their bilateral relations. This defense pact is not merely symbolic. It reflects a shared commitment to countering Western influence. For North Korea, the alliance offers protection and opportunities for economic and technological growth. For Russia, the partnership provides strategic depth and additional resources amid its ongoing conflict in Ukraine. One of the most striking elements of this partnership is North Korea's direct involvement in the Ukraine conflict. Intelligence reports from the United States and South Korea indicate that approximately 10,000 North Korean troops have been deployed to Russia's Kursk region. These forces are believed to be participating in combat operations alongside Russian troops. Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh commented on the deployment, stating, "They're moving into Kursk for a reason. We have every expectation that they would be engaged in combat operations." This development marks a significant escalation in the war, as it introduces an Asian power into a European conflict. The decision to send North Korean troops to Ukraine appears to be driven by mutual interests. For Pyongyang, the deployment strengthens its alliance with Moscow and potentially opens doors for advanced military technology. South Korean Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun has warned that North Korea is very likely to ask for nuclear weapons technology in return for its military support. For Russia, North Korean troops provide much-needed reinforcements in a conflict that has stretched its military capabilities thin. With an average of 1,200 Russian casualties reported daily, the additional manpower could bolster its efforts on the battlefield. Beyond military cooperation, the alliance is fostering economic and technological exchanges. During his meeting with Kozlov, Kim Jong-un emphasized the importance of diversifying and expanding intergovernmental trade and scientific collaboration. This partnership offers North Korea access to resources and expertise that are otherwise restricted due to international sanctions. The United States has been particularly vocal in its condemnation. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller stated, "That is a major escalation by Russia bringing in an Asian military to a conflict inside Europe." Washington has promised a firm response, which includes continued military aid to Ukraine. The Biden administration has reportedly authorized the use of long-range missile systems, such as the Army Tactical Missile Systems, to strike targets deep within Russian territory. These weapons are expected to disrupt Russian supply chains and reduce its operational capacity. The alliance also complicates international efforts to enforce sanctions. Both North Korea and Russia have faced extensive sanctions aimed at curbing their military and nuclear ambitions. However, their cooperation could undermine these efforts. For instance, North Korean laborers could be used to support Russian industrial projects, while Russian expertise might enhance North Korea's military and technological capabilities. These developments highlight the need for a reassessment of sanctions enforcement mechanisms. The deepening ties between North Korea and Russia reflect a broader realignment of global power dynamics. This partnership is emblematic of a growing divide between authoritarian regimes and Western democracies. By aligning so closely, North Korea and Russia are challenging the established norms of international relations. Their cooperation signals a willingness to confront the West and reshape the global order to suit their interests. One of the most concerning aspects of this alliance is the potential for nuclear proliferation. If North Korea gains access to advanced nuclear technologies from Russia, it could destabilize the Korean peninsula and trigger an arms race in East Asia. The Ukraine conflict continues to cause immense suffering, with millions displaced and thousands killed. The involvement of North Korean troops could exacerbate the humanitarian crisis, given their reputation for strict discipline and unwavering loyalty to the regime. The prospect of human rights abuses in conflict zones is a growing concern, adding another layer of complexity to an already dire situation. The alliance between North Korea and Russia represents a significant shift in the global balance of power. As their partnership deepens, the international community faces the challenge of countering this axis without escalating tensions further. For North Korea and Russia, the alliance offers immediate benefits but also exposes them to increased scrutiny and potential backlash. As the Ukraine conflict continues, the stakes are higher than ever, and the decisions made in the coming months will shape the trajectory of global politics for years to come. As the war in Ukraine grinds on, new developments are reshaping the battlefield and the broader geopolitical landscape. Among the most startling is the reported deployment of North Korean troops to aid Russian forces. Coupled with the United States' provision of advanced weaponry to Ukraine and Russia's strategic military adjustments, these moves signal an intensification of a conflict that has already drawn in global powers. Reports from the Pentagon suggest that approximately 11,000 North Korean soldiers have been deployed to Russia's Kursk region. This marks a significant escalation in the war, as these troops are expected to engage in combat against Ukrainian forces. Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh stated, "They're moving into Kursk for a reason. We have every expectation that they would be engaged in combat operations." This deployment underscores a growing alliance between Moscow and Pyongyang. Historically, North Korea has been reluctant to involve its troops in conflicts beyond the Korean peninsula. However, the current situation reflects a calculated move by Kim Jong-un's regime to deepen ties with Russia, a key ally against Western sanctions and geopolitical pressure. The deployment of North Korean troops coincides with Russia's strategic repositioning of its airfields beyond the range of U.S.-supplied Army tactical missile systems. These long-range missiles, capable of striking targets up to 190 miles away, have been effectively used by Ukrainian forces to target Russian weapons storage facilities. By relocating critical infrastructure, Russia aims to mitigate the impact of these precision strikes. However, the Ukrainians have demonstrated ingenuity by leveraging indigenous unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, to hit targets beyond ATACMS range. This adaptability underscores Ukraine's determination to maintain pressure on Russian forces, even as the battlefield dynamics evolve. The war's human cost continues to mount, with Russian casualties now averaging 1,200 per day, according to U.S. officials. The influx of North Korean troops is unlikely to ease these losses but may bolster Russia's ability to sustain prolonged combat. For North Korea, this deployment serves dual purposes. Firstly, it strengthens its alliance with Russia, potentially securing economic and technological support. Secondly, it allows Pyongyang to test its military personnel in a high-stakes environment, gaining combat experience that could be invaluable in future conflicts. The United States has framed Russia's use of North Korean troops as a significant escalation. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller stated, "That is a major escalation by Russia bringing in an Asian military to a conflict inside Europe." He emphasized the U.S. commitment to holding both Russia and North Korea accountable for their actions. The Biden administration has reportedly authorized Ukraine to strike deeper into Russian territory using U.S.-made weapons. This decision, though not officially confirmed, reflects a shift in Washington's approach to the conflict. By enabling Kyiv to target strategic sites within Russia, the U.S. aims to disrupt Moscow's war efforts and counter the involvement of North Korean troops. International reactions to these developments have been swift and pointed. British Foreign Secretary David Lammy described the presence of North Korean troops as a major escalation. Newly appointed NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte characterized the situation as a dangerous expansion of the conflict. South Korean Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun voiced concerns about the potential implications of this alliance. He warned that North Korea might seek advanced nuclear weapons technology from Russia in exchange for its military support. Such a development would have far-reaching consequences, not only for the Korean peninsula but for global security. One of the most alarming possibilities stemming from this alliance is the risk of nuclear proliferation. North Korea, already a nuclear-armed state, may seek advanced technologies from Russia to enhance its capabilities. Such an exchange would undermine global non-proliferation efforts and could spark a regional arms race in East Asia.